bring with them the vegetable stock. Because the flavor is different and preparing just the Mexican soups, I said, no, I need my flavor. But then I discovered with Thermomix that you can make your own stock. So basically you can follow a recipe. We will do that now so you can see, but also you can change. For example, if you see the vegetable stock recipe in the cookie dough, in the English one, there are many versions, but one of them, it has wine and also Parmesan. This is more like the Italian recipe. It's super good, but I have it there for some soups. But for example, myself, because sometimes I invite people at home and these people either is vegan, I mean, not now, but before, but these people either is vegan or they don't drink alcohol. So you can always twist your recipe. So here, as you may know, I have my week because I put everything in my week for today. And I will just choose to do the vegetable stock. So as you know, in every recipe, it's super easy because basically we just need to follow the steps. And here I will just start cooking. And here, for example, I will tell you that I just changed some of the vegetables and quantities. And the reason is because I want to do it to my taste. Because it's for me, I'm cooking, you can do the same. So for example, this recipe, it asks for 200 grams of celery stalks. Because for us the flavor is too much, I will just halve the recipe. I will just put half of the recipe. But then if I go next, I put some carrots. I will put this 2 carrots just cut in pieces. I love carrots, so I will leave the same amount. Then an onion. Here, that is my onion. I will put the onion. I will go next, and then some tomato. The recipe, it just asks for 1 tomato, but again, because I want to do it my flavor, I will put two tomatoes. You can do the same. You can always just adapt it to your taste. Then some courgette or zucchini. I will put it in here. I will go next, and then we have all the dry ingredients. So basically, I will put some garlic. They asked me for garlic. Then again, this recipe, they asked me for bay leaf that I like, dry one. I will put it in there. Then some sprigs of basil. It says, the recipe, it says leaves only. But honestly, I will tell you that I always use, mostly when I am doing the stock, I'm always doing putting the stock. And why this? Because the stalks, it has lots of flavor, first of all. And secondly, you know, like in every single vegetable, the most nutritious part is the stalk, because it is when all the nutrients go just to nourish or to feed the leaves. So normally, if you are doing soups, if you are doing pesto, you can always use the stalk. It will be more flavor. It will give more flavor and more nutritious. Of course, some others, I will not use all of them. For example, this one, this is mint that I love in my vegetable stock, so I will add it. But I will not put the stalk, because for this one, there are some tender ones that are really nice. I will use it. In this case, if you can see, it's really hard. So I know it will not really blend it. So in this case, I will just use the leaves. Then, of course, some parsley. I will add it in here. And here, for example, they ask us rosemary and sage leaves fresh. If you don't have fresh, don't worry. You can always substitute by dry one. Actually, what I do when I buy like the fresh one, this is sage. They are so beautiful, so I just dry them. I have a dehydrator, but if you don't have, don't worry. Sometimes when you have your oven, when you are using the oven, just when it is still warm, you can put it in a tray and leave all your nice not vegetables, but leaves, either parsley or coriander or rosemary, and then you can stock them. So here, for example, I have this. This is thin. Again, I have it, so I just dehydrate it and I will put them. Every time the dry pieces, they have much more flavor. So they are more concentrated. So just be careful, you need to put less. Then if I go next, it says put the mixing bowl. But before that, as always, I love these steps. You see, there is all our beautiful vegetables. Again, doing your own vegetable, that ensure that if you want to do organic, it will be organic. If you want to do it with more other flavors, you can put it. Because normally what happens in the vegetable stock that you can buy, they put much more of the cheap ingredients. But here you can put what you want. So basically here, we are here, and then I will just chop. 10 seconds, speed 6. So we will just need to wait 10 seconds, and we will see what it has. So it's there. I will just continue, and I want to show you what we have. So basically, it's really nice because the only thing we did is we just blended everything, so it will be easier just to cook it. Then if I go next, they ask me 150 grams of salt. Here, it's always a good idea, use sea salt. Don't use the salt that either sea salt or rock salt, because it's much better for our health. You know, they have less bad things. They are like the sea table. I will just omit it because it's not really the best for us. Also, this vegetable stock, when you prepare it, it has something super good. What it is? Let's say that if you need to cut the consumption of salt, you can put just half the quantity of salt, and then, of course, it will need always need to be in the fridge, or if you will use it in long period, in the freezer. But again, you can halve the salt, because here the only preservative that we use in this vegetable stock is salt. And then we will add 1 teaspoon of olive oil. I will go next. And then the next step is just wait, because basically we will cook it for 20 minutes at 120 degrees, speed 1. So basically here, this is after 20 minutes. And then if I go back to my recipe, for example, what I do, I just stop and I went to there. If I go back, it is a little book here to go back to the recipe. I finished then. And then the next step, it says just 1 minute, turn speed selector to speed 5, and then increase until speed 9. So we can do it manually, but of course I will do it automatically, because it's a nice example to show you why is the blend mode. So basically here, if I go to this part, I have all my other functions in the Thermomix. So basically I will go and I will choose the blend. I just need here to choose the time. So it says 1 minute, and then here the maximum speed. So I will just go to 8 is the maximum, but it's fine. So what it will do, the Thermomix, it will go from slow to quick without me doing anything. So as always, the Thermomix is super nice because it does everything for us.
So you can use the, when you have all blended, you can use straight away in your recipe, or you can, for example, you can freeze it, or you can keep in the fridge, maybe, I don't know, because it has the salt, I reckon is naturally lasts for maybe, I don't know, a few weeks or maybe month. What do you think, Helma? Because I do use stocks a lot. So, I mean, I don't think it's worth it for me to to put in the freezer, really, because I do use every day.
Thank you, Lola. So here it's done. We have our vegetable stock. Look this. It's super nice. So basically now you can just put it in jars, keep it in your fridge, and it's done. So basically it's done. Here, as I said,
Okay.
it's done. You can put it in little in
But you
small
can
one.
use it. Can you use it straight away, or do you need to? Okay. Okay.
Yes. So actually, for example, every time that I do my stock, what I do, I just put it. I mean, I know that this jar is exactly for one portion. One portion, and the little one I will show you that I have in my fridge. So normally I have this one to use it. That is exactly the same one. But then normally what I do, when I know that I will do my vegetable stock, I will not clean my bowl, but I will make some soup.
Ah, yes,
Because,
that's a great idea.
So I don't waste nothing, because of course I put all good ingredients. Honestly, when I can, I try to do organic. So I don't remember if you saw, but when I buy organic, I don't peel any vegetable, because I remember, Lola, you told me, in the skin we have lots of lots, exactly, and fiber and everything, and also the nutrients. But of course, the bad thing when we use normal vegetables is that if they use lots of pesticides, they stick in the skin. So if you use organic, don't peel it. Sometimes even I don't use organic and I don't peel it, because I like the flavor of the skin and everything. But here it is. And then with the Thermomix, you can not only do vegetable stock, but also chicken stock, beef stock, and as I said, you can just twist it to your flavor. So basically,